Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. I'm your host Harpreet Singh from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣੇ ਪਛਾਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸੇਲਸ ਕੋਚ ਵਜੋਂ ਜਾਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਪਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ KBS ਬੇਦੀ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਐਕਲੇਮਡ ਸੇਲਸ ਅਤੇ ਮਾਰਕੀਟਿੰਗ ਐਕਸਪਰਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਮਲਟੀਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਕੰਪਨੀਜ਼ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਕੋਕਾ-ਕੋਲਾ, ਪੈਪਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਮਰਸੀਡੀਜ਼ ਬੈਂਜ਼ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਐਕੈਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਰਿਪਿਊਟ ਹਨ। ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਇੱਕ ਦਹਾਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਸੇਲਸ ਪਰਸਨਸ ਬਣਨਾ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੇਲਸ ਦੀ, ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟ ਟੂ ਸੈਲ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਇਨ ਐਨ environment when there is so much of competition. So today our focus of a talk would be how to be successful in sales, and who other than Professor KBS Bedi can be a better person to take us on this journey and guide us through this. Professor Bedi, good evening. Sat Sri Akal. Welcome to the program, Ji.
Sat Sri Akal, sir. Thank you very much. I'm extremely excited to be on your show, the Harpreet Singh Show, and what a brilliant opportunity to be talking on a subject which is so close to my heart, that is sales and marketing. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you very much to you. So before we delve into these details, ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾਨਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਇਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪਿਆ ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਬੀਨ ਫੋਲੋਇੰਗ ਯੂ ਔਨ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਆਲਸੋ। ਸੋ ਹਾਊ ਡਿਡ ਦਿਸ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਸਟਾਰਟ?
Sir, it began with my schooling at one of the leading public schools at Nabha, the Punjab Public School Nabha, where at a very young age, when I was a class 7 student, I was identified to be a good speaker. And my English teacher, encouraged me and promoted me to participate in debates and declamations, where my interest to public speaking was imbibed, and I became a school debater with some prizes at inter-school public school debates and all that. Having done my MBA later, this public speaking or oratory skill came very handy to me, and I could speak very well. I could express my thoughts very, very clearly and properly, and that was a skill which helped me a lot. And having done my MBA, then looking for an opportunity of a career in a multinational company, where I started my career long time back in FMCG, served Coca-Cola for 11 long years, PepsiCo for 8 years, Mercedes-Benz again for 7 years. So here I had an opportunity of having worked in the top 3 multinationals, which are over 100 years old. And all 3 have evolved systems and processes over the years. They are country tested, they're time tested, and it was a brilliant experience working with such fine professionals, where one could learn, to influence the people, be it in distribution or in your set of schemes or whatever. So sales and marketing is one career which I believe is a part of your personality. If you are an extrovert, if you are an influencer, if you even to the extent if you dress up well, if you can appeal people not only by your looks but also by way of your personality, by your aura, I think it pays a lot, in influencing people. And sales is all about creating solutions for people where you're accepted well, your ability to network well. This is a very, very strong trait that is built into salespeople. Network is net worth.
Absolutely.
The more you having a solid network, probably your excellence of the career depends on all that. So I have learned this. Tricks of the trade, I would call it. Some very, very important skills over the years. And more than 30 years, I have served in these majorly three multinationals.
Wonderful.
Then I moved on to the education sector, where I am currently pursuing last 10 years.
That's excellent. There's no doubt that these traits are helping you out today where you are. But the question that arises is selling is not an easy task. And you ought to have those traits which you mentioned a little bit about those, your oratory skills, your personality, your aura. But then when it comes to sales, many people do not succeed in this. So from your wisdom today, we would like to learn that how can one be successful in sales? So what are those traits which you would like to elaborate so that our viewers all over the world can take benefit from those?
Absolutely, sir. I would say that about 35 to 40 years back, when we started our career in sales, things were a little different. It was not something which was attracting the youth during that time. I mean,
Absolutely.
the rut system then also used to be engineering, medicine, law, and so forth. Very few people would opt for a career in sales unless they started in marketing and then shifted with the times and all that. However, companies like Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Mercedes, uh, which have evolved systems and processes over the years, have made the sales process highly scientific. Thanks to these companies, I would call it's a highly, the sales process has become a very, very scientific process. It starts with things like prospecting, the very first, I call it 7 steps to the sales success. And it is scientifically proven that if you follow it in a very, very systematic manner, all the 7 steps, you are surely going to crack your sales and
Right.
seal the deals. The first one is prospecting. I mean, the kind of funnel that you create, the acquisition process has to be extremely well planned. Second is your first you have that prospecting list, then meet and you got to seek appointment with people.
Right.
Your simple, short and crisp creation of curiosity in the mind of somebody without even
Right.
telling a story. You have to create that curiosity in the mind while you seek an appointment. Third is your
Right.
meet and greet.
Right. So,
You have to be knowledgeable.
Professor, before we go to the third point, I think it's time for a short break. We'll go for a short break. We'll be shortly back and continue with the discussion and learn more from you. So, the first is prospecting, and the second thing is the appointment that you have talked. So, for the third point, how to reach to that stage. And then, as you mentioned, network is net worth. But many times there is hesitation. Despite you might be an extrovert, but still you have hesitation in talking about sales to somebody as to what would the other person think about me. These are some kind of the hesitations which people feel. So we'll touch all this after the short break.
ਹਰ ਰੰਗ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਹਰ ਮਾਡਲ, ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਪਹਿਚਾਣ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਹਾਂ, ਸਾਡਾ ਕਰਮ ਹੈ ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧਾਉਣਾ, ਸਫ਼ਰ ਨੂੰ ਸੌਖਾ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ। ਬਸੰਤ ਮੋਟਰਸ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ।
ਵੈਨਕਾਸਾ ਟਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਨ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਸਟੋਨ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਬੈਕਸਪਲੈਸ਼, ਮੋਜ਼ੇਕ ਆਦਿ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਟਾਲੀਅਨ, ਸਪੈਨਿਸ਼, ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਪੋਰਸਲਨ ਜਾਂ ਸਿਰੈਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਰਬਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਡਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮਾਲਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 13042 84 ਐਵਨਿਊ ਸਰੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604 330 7363 604 330 7363।
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 604 825 9295।
Once again, welcome back to the program. We're very honored today to have Professor KDS Bedi, who is an internationally acclaimed sales and marketing expert. And our focus today is how to be successful in sales. So before we get over to Professor Bedi, this program is being brought to you with the support of AMC Insurance. They have 9 branches in the Lower Mainland to serve you, and they're open 7 days a week. So if you're looking for home, auto, travel, business or life insurance, you can depend upon them. You can call them at 604-507-6666. Our next sponsor is Agnihotri Immigration. If you are looking for coming over to Canada, you're a PR, you want to sponsor your parents or grandparents, or you want to know about express entry or any other topic which is related to immigration, you can depend upon the services of Neera Agnihotri. She has been working as a certified immigration consultant since 2006, and she assures you of honest and reliable information. Call her at 604-597-2284. So let's get over to Professor Bedi and continue with the discussion. So he has talked about 2 points, prospecting and appointment. Let's get over to the third point. Yes, Professor Bedi.
See, when you seek an appointment, sir, it has to be in such a refined manner that you create curiosity in the mind, and there is the pull in the mind where you get an appointment to meet. And the third step is meet and greet. You've got to be at the best of your ability, something like as if you're going for a dating or something like that, with all the knowledge that you have, probably your body language, the way you shake hand and the way you greet and everything, that itself is something that you've got to showcase at the best of your ability. The fourth step in the scientific sales process is need analysis. You understand the need. Supposing I am an executive or a manager with Mercedes-Benz, probably the need for a lady doctor could be C class while she travels from her home to the clinic. Where, however, a real estate or a builder could be needing an SUV, a diesel-driven, a 7-seater or something. So understanding the need through a need analysis, through well-planned questions that you prepare, so that there is a right fit for the right person. It's a solution that you provide to every individual. The need could be different. So need analysis is the next step. So the next is your demo. We call it in sales and marketing features, advantages, and benefits. You have to be so confident about your product or process that probably you can give the best demo. You can answer the questions about the product or process. So features, advantages, benefits are very factor is very important. Right. The next is sealing the deal. This is here, the Indian psyche works on negotiation or something. The Western world may not believe that. Right. But you've got to be an expert as a sales professional, negotiating skill and everything and so on. So once you seal the deal, which is step 6, and once you create a happy customer, a delighted customer, I'm sure, you would get references, request for references, 1 or 2 references, and those references would again go back to your prospecting list. Right. So these 7 steps to the scientific sales call. And the moment you are an expert in this, I'm sure you can not only sell your product, but also can create delightful customers. Right. And you are working on a solution and not on only sales. It's a solution that you are providing. So you act like a professional. That's
so right. Very rightly said, these 6 points have to be churned again and again. But as before the break, my question to you was, you had mentioned network is net worth. But many times people hesitate. You might be an extrovert, but then in your mind it comes, what are the people going to say if I ask for something? So what would be your suggestions to such kind of people who want to do the sales but are hesitating that what others might think?
See, it's an art. It is a skill, I would call. You've got to start. You have to break the ice. And you have to be a go-getter. There are certain personality types and personality traits again. For instance, if I'm traveling, let's say from Chandigarh to Mumbai, and there is a passenger sitting to me and next to me, probably, either it is spending 2 hours alone reading a book, or just sitting with yourself and like that, or you could break the ice by saying, oh, okay, it's a good weather today, or what a sight, and something like that. And you experiment with some words that may sound good, or music to the other person. And if the response is good, you become friendly. And once you become friendly, probably things can, go far ahead, where such a, situation is converting into sales or creating a solution for the need of that person. So right. You have to initiate the talk. You have to always, probably it starts with current affairs, the weather or situation, or maybe asking your co-passenger, is it a business trip or a leisure trip or something like that? This is how your attitude of gratitude or something, your positivity works very well in sales.
Now, you have a lot of wisdom which you've accumulated working with multinationals as well as the common public as such. You go around and give lectures also at big companies. Apart from that, even common people also come forward. So, Bedi Sahab, if you can take us on this journey now, that like I talked about this hesitation aspect, which many people think about. What are the other challenges which you feel that people have which stop them from becoming good salespersons?
See, sir, I personally feel that the majorly, it is lack of knowledge, a sound knowledge. You have to be there are three things that you need to always carry in your pocket while you are in sales. One is the passion. I call it three major ingredients: passion, enthusiasm, and motivation. Motivation is something which is daily. It's like taking bath every day. It is like doing Gurbani or Hanuman Chalisa or some part which freshens you up or motivates you, or as simple as bathing every morning. Where you feel energetic and fresh. Right. That is your everyday motivation. However, passion is inbuilt. It is part of your personality. It is part of your attitude towards life, which is an outcome of your upbringing and the peer group, the surroundings that you have lived in. So have some passion. Very passionate people. It's like excelling in something. I'm sure. It's if it is the best doctor in a town, it is his passion which drives him through. So you should be passion driven. Right. Your enthusiasm to create, and it is also a motivation of earning some extra bucks, because sales gives you sometimes more incentive than your salary. It's a great incentive to work for, and it also gives you the ability to travel across places. Visit exotic resorts, see beautiful destinations, meet some finest people. Meet some awesome orators. Right. Your training, your ability to develop yourself. That is something very, very exciting in sales.
Right. Okay, wonderful. Again, it's time for a short break. Let's go for a break. And in the last segment, I would like to focus upon one particular aspect. It is being said that the next generation of professionals will be motivators, life coach, sales coach, and people who can influence others. So how is India faring in this aspect? Because we are seeing that a lot of people are coming forward and trying to influence people to be the better version of themselves. So let's go for a break. We'll come back and talk a little bit about this. And of course, the sales aspect, we will not like to ignore it. Learn more from you as to what else you would like to recommend on these particular aspects. So we'll be shortly back.
Thank you.
हर एक NRI पंजाबी दी चाह हुंदी है कि वो अमृतसर जरूर आवे, इत्थे आके मत्था हो टेकदा ही है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स अमृतसर जे आइए तो शॉपिंग ना करिए, ये तो ऑफ कोर्स संभव ही नहीं है. पर हुण साडे वास्ते सारिਆਂ ही ਲਈ एक खुशखबरी है कि अमृतसर ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੌਲ ਰੋਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਟੋਰ ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਅਨਿਲ ਸਟੋਰ ਉਹ ਖੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਲੇਡੀਜ਼, ਜੈਂਟਸ ਅਤੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟਿਚਡ ਅਤੇ ਅਨਸਟਿਚਡ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਖਰੀਦ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਆਓ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸ਼ਾਪਿੰਗ ਕਰੋ ਅਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ. ਹੇਠ ਲਿਖੇ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਅਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਨ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਜੇਕਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ, ਈਵਨ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਸ਼ਾਪਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ.
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਸਪੇਸ ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਸੁਖੀਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ.
है जुल्म ढाने का अंदाज भी कितना हंसी, हमारी जान पर बनाई है जब जब उसने अंगड़ाई ली। कभी खामोश रहते हैं, कभी शोर होता है, मोहब्बत में शरारत का मजा कुछ और होता है। दिल को जज्बात का तोहफा, खामोशियों को बात का तोहफा, खूबसूरती में जड़ी नजाकत अदाओं की चांद से मुखड़े को चांद सा तोहफा।
भारत ज्वेलर्स, सच्चे प्यार की चमक जैसा। फाइल बिजनेस सेंटर सरी।
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ।
Once again, welcome back to the program. My guest today is Professor KDS Bedi from Chandigarh, and our focus of talk is how to be successful in sales. Along with that, we are seeing a proliferation of professionals who are guiding people, whether they are sales coach or life coach. And in India, this is a growing industry. And what we are hearing is that this is going to be the next generation of leaders in India, as well as other parts of the world. So let's talk a little bit about that as to what kind of response is being given by the community to people like Professor Bedi. So Professor Bedi, my question is simple and direct as to why do you feel over the years, especially during the past 5-10 years, we are seeing a mushroom growth of professionals like you who are guiding the people and teaching them how to be professionals in their own field. What is the kind of response you're getting?
So the response in the recent times is simply amazing because, we have recently celebrated the 75th anniversary of our independence, and the next 25 years in this beautiful country of ours are going to be Amrit Kal, where we can see, transformation happening in the kind of opportunity for the young people. We also enjoy the demographic dividend of, people, 65% of the population in this country being less than 35 years of age. And with brilliant minds at work here, a land of opportunity, such type of professions where you act as an influencer, a coach, a goal setter, or something like, a trainer is a huge opportunity. We have seen the contribution of India in the IT industry, even to the extent of Silicon Valley. However, now, that there is a better clarity required as far as career counseling is concerned. We have too many engineers being produced in this country.
Right.
We need people, who opt for. We need people who need to opt for other careers as well, in the service sector. It could be tourism, retail, FMCG, banking, finance, and so forth. And there's a huge, and every sector needs trainers, coaches, and I'm sure coach can change the real success of any performer. Whether it is in sports or in career or in any profession, because right guidance at the right time is very, very essential. And this is how the opportunity for people like us exists exponentially in this beautiful country, I would call.
That's excellent. Wonderful. And this trend, which is increasing, will really get us better persons and better leaders in all the fields, because if they were lacking something, there are coaches to guide them, to put them back on track, and then they can succeed in whatever they want to do.
We call it course correction as well, right?
Right, absolutely. So coming back to the issue of sales, now, while you have given us the 6 points, prospect, appointment, meet and greet, need analysis, demo, and sealing the deal. So along with this, any other thing which you would like to share which can be helpful to our viewers today who want to be successful in whatever field they are working in?
I would like to, add here that they should go in for gaining their knowledge.
Right.
Apart from the passion or enthusiasm and motivation, that's step one. Your knowledge is very, very important and crucial. When you speak to somebody, people value you for the knowledge that you share.
Right.
So read good books. watch YouTube videos, attend seminars, invest in yourself,
Very true.
Training, invest in yourself, that is extremely important. You are an average of the 5 best people that you spend your time mostly,
Very true.
So have good company of people. Always stay in the company of achievers and leaders. Listen to leaders, listening to the speeches, reading autobiographies, of leaders and also. So your contribute every day, reading for 15-20 minutes is extremely important to keep you abreast with the latest.
Right.
So keep your book under your pillow for the last 15 or 20 minutes of your day. That is the best time. And practice. You try to improve your personality with the type of exercises and all that.
Professor Bedi, while you mentioned the importance of books, that is what you become, what you read, it is said. And while in the West we have a lot of influencers like Tony Robbins or Dr. Joe Dispenza or Wayne Dyer or Louis Hay, in India also, are we seeing some authors and leaders who are coming forward and coming up with books? And are these available in the regional languages also?
Oh, yes. See, I incidentally am living in a beautiful city. We call it the city beautiful Chandigarh. We have Chandigarh Literary Society, and almost every week we have a book launch, and there are young book writers, there are professional writers, and almost every week we have a book launch, and we have a book writer of Chetan Bhagat, we have Robin Sharma, and of course, there is no dearth of authors here, but then it depends on the kind of interest that one has.
Right,
and one should always look for, reading some sort of, facts or fiction or whatever it could be. And there is huge scope and opportunity existing there.
Well, here I would like to give credit to multi-level marketing companies who brought in the concept of invest in yourself, read, develop yourself, and then though whatever anybody may believe, whether it is good or bad, but the question is definitely you need to invest in yourself. So that kind of psyche, are you seeing that amongst the youngsters this is developing? Are youngsters ready to spend on themselves?
At this moment, it is not highly practiced as yet, because we are still in that rut system of getting degrees in India, which is going on for last 70 years. The aspiration is still to get a degree, whether it gets you a job or not. However, the trend will change with time. Skills are becoming important, and people would soon realize that your ability to speak, your ability to influence, your social etiquette and your soft skills would matter much more than your degree, a piece of paper, which just gives you knowledge. So the interview process has started changing, where even the HR experts are also looking into certain skills beyond your academic, credibility. Yes.
So it's again not just your educational qualification, your IQ, your EQ. These things are mattering now.
Problem-solving skills, your attitude towards life, your positivity, and so much important, But in the last almost 70 years, we had seen that it was only a piece of paper, a degree, and we have seen how ineffective that loan thing could be, and that is setting up a huge opportunity on the other side, where such things are also equally important, for success.
Well, that's an interesting and excellent trend that India is following, and people like you are contributing to this. It was a pleasure talking to you, Professor Bedi. In conclusion, if somebody wants to contact you, what's your website or your contact detail?
My cell number, it is 92163 I'll repeat, it is plus 91 92163 1602, and I'll be more than happy to respond to any query that will come on WhatsApp. And also, I'm available on my email ID, which is kdsbedi@gmail.com. And little correction in this, my name is KDS Bedi and not KBS Bedi.
Okay, ji.
KD, yes. So
Right.
little correction. And otherwise, it is such an awesome platform to interact
Thank you very much.
with you. And
apologies for this name problem. But anyways, it was a
Not
pleasure
at all,
talking
not
to
at
you.
all.
Thank you very much. And we would be in touch. And hopefully in future, we can talk specifically on some particular aspects, particular issues. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
So kind of you. Thank you. The pleasure was all mine. Good
Thank
day.
you,
Bye.
ji.
Good evening. Thank you.
ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ KBS ਸਿੱਧੂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਾਫੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ KBS ਬੇਦੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਸੇਲਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੇ ਤੱਥ ਕੱਢੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 6 ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੂੰ ਟੱਚ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਪਰ ਫੋਕਸ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਡਰਾਈਵ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਥੂਜ਼ੀਆਜ਼ਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਮੁਕਾਮ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਉਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਫ ਕੋਰਸ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਬਿਗਨਸ ਐਟ ਹੋਮ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਐਂਡ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਤਾਂ YouTube ਦੇ ਜ਼ਰੀਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਕਨੇ ਆ So rather than wasting our time on those things which are not going to be helpful to us and just we are squandering our time, it is better we learn something from the social media and by that we can improve ourselves. थोड़ा मेरा साथ होया करता जी Monday to Friday शाम दे 6 बजे Pacific Standard Time दे मुताबिक. And if you want to be a part of this program, because the purpose of this program is to educate you, inspire you and to empower you. So if you yourself or you know someone who can add to this program, so you're most welcome to contact me through WhatsApp. From anywhere in the world, you can call me at +1 604 603 7555 or you can email me at harpreetsingshow@gmail.com. इथे ही करना प्रोग्राम की समाप्ति. Have a safe evening, enjoy yourself and stay safe.